Art, in the heart of the bustling township of Valenridge, where cobblestones hummed with the whispers of countless feet, and the air sang with the scent of spice and sweat, an unusual gathering drew the eyes of townsfolk and travelers alike. At the center of the town square stood a weathered talisman, half buried in the earth where it had lain for generations. Ancient runes glowed dimly along its surface, whispering secrets to those who dared listen. You stand among the onlookers, feeling the weight of potential and the echoes of forgotten power thrumming through the air. This talisman is said to be linked to a prophecy, one that speaks of a dark threat approaching from the shadowed forests of Litherwood, an untamed wilderness that few have returned from. A hooded figure steps forward, the town's mysterious seer, her eyes lost within a cloud of visions. Her voice, both a melody and a warning, pierces the morning air. The hour draws near when the beast of Litherwood shall awaken. The talisman shall guide the way, but beware, for the path to salvation is fraught with peril and deception. As the crowd murmurs, a parchment is thrust into your hands, the script curling with an elegance from a bygone age. It is a map, detailing the forest trails leading to the lost shrine of Aloria, a relic of an ancient civilization long swallowed by the earth. The quest is clear. You must venture into Litherwood, decipher the riddles of the shrine, and uncover the truth behind the prophecy. The fate of Valenridge, and perhaps the world beyond, rests upon the edge of your blade and the strength of your resolve. The journey begins with your first step into the forest. The air grows cool, dense with the scent of loam and pine. Sunlight filters through the canopy in shimmering beams, illuminating the mist that clings to the forest floor. Each footfall stirs the quiet, setting branches to whisper and leaves to rustle. As you venture deeper, the forest's mood shifts. The vibrant songs of birds give way to an oppressive silence, broken only by the distant howl of unseen creatures. Shadows stretch longer, darker, and you feel the weight of unseen eyes tracking your every move. Yet it is not long before the path diverges, a fork offering two equally foreboding choices. One path clings to the edge of a mist-shrouded ravine, while the other meanders beneath the gnarled roots of ancient trees. You pause, sensing a presence, a flicker of magic tugging at the edges of your awareness. To the left, the scent of something foul and rotten wafts through the air, heralding the presence of decay. To the right, the path is littered with the bones of unfortunate travelers, bleached white by time and the elements. The choice is yours, and each path promises its own dangers. You draw your blade, its keen edge glinting ominously in the filtered light. The weight of the prophecy, the demands of the quest, press down upon you. Which path will you take? Which fate will you embrace? The decision made, you forge ahead, every sense alert to the looming danger. In the shadows, a flicker of movement catches your eye. A wraith-like figure flitting between the trees, its form as insubstantial as smoke. Yet there is no time to ponder its nature, for the air is suddenly alive with the sound of a distant, rhythmic chanting. The source of the sound becomes apparent as you stumble upon a clearing, its center dominated by a ring of standing stones. Here, a group of robed figures, their faces hidden in shadow, intone a litany of power, their voices rising and falling in a haunting symphony. At their feet lies a pool of dark, shimmering liquid, rippling unnaturally despite the still air. You feel the pulse of magic, a throbbing undercurrent that pulls at your very being. But there is a darkness here, a corruption that festers at the heart of the ritual. The robed figures turn as one, their movements unnaturally synchronized, their eyes glowing with an inner fire. "You are not welcome here, intruder," they chant, their voices mingling into a single inhuman tone. "You must choose. Confront the figures and disrupt their dark work. or retreat and seek another path through the forest. The stakes are high, your choice is limited, and the weight of destiny bears heavily on your shoulders. With a deep breath, you step forward, magic crackling in the air, and destiny unfurling before you, as the adventure in Litherwood truly begins. Art, as you break through the forest's veiling embrace, the oppressive canopy gives way to the sunlit expanse of the ancient ruins. The shrine of Aloria looms before you, a crumbling testament to a forgotten era, its marble pillars entwined with vines that pulse with a strange, luminescent energy. Here, the air is rich with the scent of blooming wildflowers, mingled with the musk of age-old stones that have borne witness to countless cycles of time. You approach cautiously, senses attuned to the quiet power that thrums beneath the earth, a reminder of the magic that once thrived here. The entrance to the shrine is guarded by two statues, worn smooth by the passage of ages, yet their expressions remain fiercely vigilant. As you pass between them, a shiver races down your spine, an echo of voices lost to history, whispering in a tongue you do not understand. Inside, the shrine is bathed in a golden glow, sunlight filtering through cracks in the dome above to illuminate a mosaic floor, its intricate patterns telling stories of gods and heroes long past. At the center, a pedestal rises from the floor, and upon it rests a crystal orb, the rumored heart of Aloria, a relic said to hold the key to unraveling the prophecy. But there is something more here, a presence lurking just beyond the edge of perception. The hair on your arms stands on end, the sensation of being watched growing stronger, and then a sound, a low mocking chuckle that reverberates through the chamber. Emerging from the shadows is a figure draped in tattered robes, their face obscured beneath a hood. Despite the ragged appearance, there is an undeniable aura of menace about them. The figure's eyes catch the faint light, revealing an unsettling glow. The heart is not yours to claim, they hiss, their voice like gravel scraping across stone. The air crackles with tension, every muscle in your body taut and ready for the impending confrontation. But even as you prepare for battle, your gaze is drawn to the orb. Within its depths, shadows swirl, forming images that flicker and shift, visions of what was, and what might yet be. You seek answers, the figure continues, raising a hand to conjure ethereal chains that dance through the air, each link a faintly glowing sigil. But the shrine demands tribute, a riddle for a riddle, a truth for a truth. You stand at a crossroads, your choices as tangled as the vines outside. Combat seems inevitable, yet the prospect of unlocking the orb's secrets tugs at your curiosity. The figure's challenge hangs in the air, a test of wit and will that could grant you the knowledge you seek, or doom you to a fate unknown. Drawing on your deepest reserves of courage, you accept the challenge. The figure smiles, a predator's grin, and the air shimmers as the chains tighten around your thoughts, binding you to the rules of the ancient test. Answer me this, the figure intones, the chamber resonating with the power of their voice. I speak without a mouth, and hear without ears. I have no body, but I come alive with wind. What am I? The words echo, a riddle plucked from the mysteries of the world, and you feel the weight of each moment as the shrine itself seems to hold its breath, waiting for your answer. Your mind races, sifting through experiences and knowledge, piecing together fragments of possibility. The tension in the air sharpens, every breath a reminder of the stakes at hand. But then, like the first light of dawn breaking across a shadowed veil, the answer crystallizes in your mind. An echo, you declare, the word vibrating with the truth of ancient wisdom. The figure watches, expression inscrutable, then nods slowly. The chains of light dissolve into the ether, releasing their hold. You have chosen wisely, seeker, they say, stepping back into the shadows as the orb begins to glow with a brilliant light, revealing the next piece of the prophecy's puzzle. Yet even as you reach for the orb, a sound from behind causes you to freeze. The unmistakable creak of stone shifting. The ground beneath your feet trembling as a hidden mechanism is triggered. And there, emerging from the earth around the shrine, are creatures of soil and vine, ancient guardians reawakened by your presence. Their eyes burn with a feral intelligence, and their limbs twist with lethal intent. The path forward lies before you, but so too does the threat of battle. The stakes have never been higher. You draw your blade once more, spell and steel singing in harmony, as the ancient magic of the shrine surges through the air. The heart of Aloria may hold the answers you seek, but only if you can overcome the challenges that stand in your way. Part as the forest guardians advance, their forms rippling with a strange verdant energy. You stand firm, gripping your blade with renewed resolve. The air around you is thick with tension, the ground vibrating as these ancient sentinels, born of earth and vine, close the distance. A battle is inevitable, and as you brace for the clash, a sudden gust of wind sweeps through the shrine, carrying with it the scent of wild jasmine and the soft murmur of a distant brook. The tranquility of the forest seems at odds with the looming threat. You narrowly dodge the first guardian's swipe, a monstrous limb of twisted roots and soil. With a swift counterattack, your blade slices through its arm, the creature recoiling with a soundless scream. Despite the damage, it continues to press forward, relentless in its duty. The forest itself seems to pulse with life around you, each breath synchronized with the heartbeat of nature. The guardians, now fully engaged, attack with otherworldly grace, their movements a dance of earth and foliage. You parry and weave, using every ounce of skill to fend them off, feeling the weight of destiny in every strike. Amidst the chaos, a sense of clarity envelops you. The guardians, you realize, are not merely obstacles but remnants of the old world, bound to the shrine, perhaps even protectors of the secrets it holds. Each clash, each step is a step deeper into the prophecy's labyrinthine path. Then, with a final decisive blow, you sever the last guardian's connection to the magic animating it. The creature collapses in a heap of soil and vines, returning to the earth from which it came. Silence settles over the shrine, the only movement, the gentle sway of the surrounding undergrowth. The heart of Aloria awaits, glowing faintly on its pedestal. You reach for it, your fingers brushing the cool, smooth surface of the orb. As you lift it, the air hums with a symphony of light and sound, images flooding your mind, glimpses of a world teetering on the edge of darkness, the beast of Litherwood stirring from its slumber. In that moment of revelation, the true nature of your quest becomes clear. The beast is no mere creature, but a manifestation of the forest's anger, a testament to the world's imbalance, brought forth by forgotten transgressions, and it is awakening. But another realization strikes you. You are not alone. A rustling from the shadows catches your attention. Emerging from the forest's edge is a figure you recognize, their presence both unexpected and disconcerting. It is Eric, a ranger of Valenridge, known for his deep knowledge of the Litherwood and his enigmatic ways. His eyes meet yours, a mixture of relief and urgency flickering within them. "You found it," he says, nodding towards the orb cradled in your hands. "But there is more at play here than you know." His voice, though calm, is laced with an undertone of tension. "The beast is drawn to the corruption in the land. We must heal the wound or face its wrath." His words leave you with a choice: Trust in Eric's guidance and seek to heal the forest's blight, or follow the path of destruction, facing the beast head-on in a battle that could determine the fate of the world. The orb pulses in your grasp, a reminder of the power and responsibility now borne upon your shoulders. The path ahead is fraught with danger, but also with the potential for salvation. The decision lies before you, as tangible as the ground beneath your feet, and as elusive as the whispers of the forest. In the fading light of day, with shadows lengthening around you, the forest awaits your choice, and the adventure in Litherwood continues, its secrets unraveling with each step you take. Heart, under the growing shadows of Litherwood, you and Eric forge a path deeper into the forest, drawn by the pulse of the heart of Aloria, which thrums with an urgency that quickens your pace. The air grows heavier, tinged with the scent of damp earth and a subtle, metallic tang that speaks of both magic and peril. The landscape around you shifts, as trees of ancient girth and twisted bough loom overhead, their branches entwined like the fingers of sleeping giants. Despite the thick canopy, your path is illuminated by the ethereal glow of the orb, casting dancing patterns of light and shadow upon the forest floor. Eric walks beside you in silence, his keen eyes scanning the surroundings for danger. His presence is reassuring, a true ally in the face of the encroaching darkness. Yet there is a sense of urgency in his movements, a shared understanding that time runs short and the balance of the world hangs by a fragile thread. The path narrows as you reach the crux of your journey, a ravine, its depths cloaked in shadow, a chill mist rising from below. Bridging the chasm is a narrow, arching stone bridge, aged and crumbling, a testament to ancient craftsmanship that defied the ravages of time. A low growl echoes from the darkness beneath, a reminder of the beast's awakening. The sound vibrates in your chest, primal and foreboding, as if the very forest is voicing its rage. The beast's lair lies beyond, Eric says, gesturing towards the far side of the ravine. But there is another way, a hidden sanctuary where the forest's essence can be renewed. It is a place of old magic where the corruption can be cleansed. His proposal lingers in the air, a choice between confrontation and restoration. To seek out the sanctuary could quell the darkness without bloodshed, restoring harmony to the forest and fulfilling the prophecy's promise of salvation. Yet, to face the beast directly would demand strength and courage beyond measure, a testament to your resolve and the will of the heart itself. As the shriek of a hunting hawk cuts through the air, you feel the weight of the moment. The decision is yours to make, a chance to change the course of fate, to either stand against the coming storm or to quell it with the quiet grace of ancient power. With a deep breath, you turn to Eric, your choice reflected in your eyes. Together you step onto the bridge, its ancient stones whispering underfoot, the yawning chasm below a reminder of what hangs in the balance. Each step is a battle against the fear that claws at your heart, yet you press onward, the bridge narrowing the longer you walk. As you reach the midpoint, the mist below parts, revealing the swirling chaos within, a mass of seething shadows, eyes glinting with malevolent hunger. But you do not falter. The end of the bridge draws near, the path ahead, leading into a grove where the forest breathes with an ancient, rhythmic cadence, its heart beating in time with the pulse of the orb. You step off the bridge and into the grove, a haven untouched by decay. Here, the air is warm and sweet, the scent of life in full bloom, mingling with the soft sound of water trickling over moss-covered stones. At the grove center stands an ancient tree, its trunk thick with age, its branches laden with blossoms that glow with a gentle light. This is the sanctuary Eric spoke of, the heart of the forest's magic. Yet even as you marvel at its beauty, a shadow falls across the grove. The beast emerges from the edge of the clearing, a monstrous form of both beast and bark, its eyes glowing with an inner fire, its presence a palpable force of nature. The air crackles with tension, the moment of decision upon you once more. To defend the sanctuary, to fight the beast and reclaim the balance it threatens, or to seek a deeper understanding, a connection with the creature that holds the key to the forest's future. The grove hums with life, the ground beneath your feet pulsing with an energy that calls to you, whispers of possibilities and choices yet to be made. The beast steps forward, each movement resonating with the weight of destiny. With your heart pounding in time with the world around you, you ready your blade, sensing that this choice, this moment, will shape the fate of Litherwood, and perhaps the world beyond. The breath of the forest stills as you and Eric face the beast, its immense form blending seamlessly with the grove's living tapestry. Each exhalation from the creature sends ripples through the air, as the very leaves seem to tremble in anticipation. The heart of Alolia pulses urgently in your hand, its light casting a protective halo around you, a beacon against the encroaching darkness. This confrontation was inevitable, yet standing before the beast, you sense the weight of untold centuries, a being of ancient wrath and sorrow, created from humanity's forgotten sins against nature. Its eyes, twin pools of molten amber, regard you with a mix of curiosity and challenge. The grove hushes as the beast growls, a deep, resonant sound that vibrates through the earth and into your bones. It speaks not with words, but with the language of old, one that bypasses the mind and speaks directly to the soul. Eric stands beside you, silent and resolute, his bow at the ready. Yet there is a gentleness to his stance, a recognition of the beast's role as both protector and destroyer. There is still time to reason, to reach for peace, he whispers, though the tension in his shoulders betrays the uncertainty of his words. The beast takes a step forward, massive paws silent on the loamy earth. The grove's light dims, as if the trees themselves hold their breath, waiting for your next move. Within the orb, the shadows swirl faster, a storm of visions that hint at both ruin and redemption. A choice must be made, to extend your hand in understanding, seeking the deeper truth hidden within the beast's fury, or to engage in a dance of steel and magic, clashing with the raw power of nature incarnate. Drawing a deep breath, you lower your weapon, the steel of your blade reflecting the light of the heart. The decision comes not from fear, but from a place of profound empathy. A recognition of the beast's plight entwined with your own. With a gesture of peace, you extend the orb towards the creature. It pauses, looming over you, the moment stretched thin as gossamer. For an instant, you see beyond the beastly visage, a flicker of intelligence, of an ancient guardian bound by duty. The beast growls, a sound that vibrates the air around you. The orb's light expands, enveloping you both in its radiance. Within its depths, the visions shift, revealing not the end, but the beginning, a world reborn, harmony restored. The beast steps back, the fire in its eyes cooling to a gentle glow. In the serene silence that follows, It bows its great head, acknowledging your choice, your willingness to listen and understand. Eric releases a breath he didn't realize he was holding, his bow lowering to his side. "You've done it," he says, awe coloring his voice. "You've reached beyond the veil." The heart of Aloria dims, its task fulfilled, its secrets shared. As the beast retreats into the forest, the grove brightens, the scent of blossoms filling the air, a testament to the bond forged in understanding. But as you turn to leave, a new sound catches your ear, the distant crack of trees, a growing rumble that shakes the ground beneath your feet. The threat has not vanished, only transformed, and new challenges await beyond the grove. A realization strikes you as you and Eric stand at the threshold of the forest. The struggle is not over, it has merely changed. The world outside the woods still teeters on the brink, and the balance you've begun to restore must extend beyond Litherwood's borders. With renewed purpose, you step forward, the path ahead filled with possibilities, and the promise of new adventures yet to come. The ancient magic of the forest lingers in the air, a reminder of the choices made and the journey still unfolding. Part with the beast retreating into the embrace of Litherwood, a new dawn finds you and Eric making your way back towards Valenridge. The forest, once shadowed and foreboding, now hums with a renewed vibrancy, a symphony of life, awakening to the promise of a new beginning. Sunlight dances through the canopy, casting playful patterns on the forest floor, as if celebrating your triumph. Yet, as the trees thin and the familiar sights of Valenridge come into view, a troubling sight halts you in your tracks. Smoke rises above the treetops, darkening the horizon with a foreboding plume. The town stands in the distance, but its peace has been shattered. An eerie silence hangs over the streets where once there was bustling life. The two of you quicken your pace, urgency replacing the fleeting comfort of your return. The scent of ash and burnt wood grows stronger, mingling with the acrid tang of fear that permeates the air. As you near the town's edge, the cause of the smoke becomes all too clear. The square where the talisman first set you on this path is the epicenter of chaos. Buildings stand scorched, their wooden frames blackened by fire. Townsfolk move about in a daze, some tending to the wounded, others sifting through the rubble for remnants of their lives. The air is thick with the cries of the lost and the grieving. A figure rushes towards you, her face a mask of desperation and soot. It's Alara, the town's innkeeper, her apron singed and her eyes wide with unshed tears. "You must help us," she pleads, her voice breaking with emotion. "The attacks came without warning. Creatures from the forest, drawn to something in the town." Her words send a chill through you. Could the awakening magic have extended its reach, drawing ancient horrors back into the world? Or has something else been unleashed in the wake of your journey? As you absorb the devastation, a new truth becomes evident. The balance restored in Litherwood has upset the equilibrium elsewhere, awakening forces both old and new. The beast's retreat was not an end, but a beginning, a sign that the world is shifting, and with it, the very fabric of reality. Eric, keenly aware of the town's plight, places a steady hand on your shoulder. "We must find the source of this disturbance," he urges, his eyes scanning the ruins. "Something here has drawn these creatures." "Something powerful." You nod, the resolve hardening in your chest. Together, you follow the trail of destruction, your senses honed to the unnatural presence lingering in the air. The search leads you to the remnants of an old chapel, its walls crumbling with age, yet suffused with a power that calls to you with a haunting melody. Inside, The air is thick with the scent of incense and magic gone awry. Runes, similar to those on the talisman, glow faintly on the walls, pulsating with an energy that resonates with both your body and soul. At the altar a shadow stirs, a figure in a cloak of tattered midnight, their presence commanding and otherworldly. They turn to face you, revealing eyes that shimmer with an unsettling blend of wisdom and malice. The balance you sought to restore has merely shifted the scales, the figure intones, their voice echoing with the whispers of the past. And now, you must choose once more how to tip them. The power in the chapel intensifies, the runes flaring with light that dances across the walls. You sense that this figure holds the key to the chaos spreading across Valenridge, a nexus of magic, both ancient and new. You draw your blade, its reassuring weight an anchor against the tide of uncertainty. Confrontation seems inevitable, yet within you stirs the instinct to seek understanding, to unravel the tangled threads of magic and destiny binding you to this place. The figure's challenge hangs in the air, a test not just of strength, but of insight and will. The path before you is fraught with peril and potential, each choice a step deeper into the labyrinthine mysteries of a world forever changed. The figure smiles, an enigmatic curve of the lips. To save this town, you must face the truth of what you have awakened. In the charged silence that follows, you prepare to step forward, into the heart of the chapel and the mystery that awaits. The journey continues, a quest not just for survival, but for the understanding that will shape the future of Valenridge and beyond. Stepping into the chapel, the air becomes cool and charged with a palpable energy, as if the very stones remember the prayers and chants of long-departed worshippers. The mysterious figure stands at the altar, their cloak flowing like ink spilled onto the wind. The light from the runes bathes the chapel in a ghostly glow, illuminating the dust motes that dance in the ethereal air. Behind them, a portal suspended in the void pulses with an unstable light, its edges crackling with arcane energy, casting jagged shadows that seem to claw at the walls. The portal is a tear in reality, a wound through which chaos bleeds. Valenridge is but a piece of this puzzle, the figure murmurs, their gaze steady, enigmatic. You have opened a gateway between worlds, a breach that calls to the forgotten and the forsaken. Their words hang heavily in the air, each syllable a drop of dread. The portal is the heart of this chaos, and you can feel its pull, a siren song of untapped power and potential ruin. To close it would quell the tempest consuming Valenridge, but the cost is uncertain, the balance precarious. Eric draws closer, his eyes fixed on the flickering portal, a mix of awe and apprehension written across his face. "This is beyond anything I've seen," he admits, his voice tinged with both fear and determination. "We need to act quickly." The figure raises a hand, silencing the gathering storm of thoughts. There is a way, but it demands a sacrifice, a trade to seal the breach and restore the balance. You must decide to confront the figure and seize control of the magic coursing through the chapel, risking everything to close the portal through force and cunning, or to accept the figure's enigmatic offer, navigating the intricacies of an ancient magic that demands repayment in kind. The chapel's magic intensifies, the runes flaring brighter, casting the space in sharp relief. The portal pulses, a heartbeat that echoes through the bones of the earth, the promise of power and peril entwined within its depths. Drawing a deep breath, you weigh the options, feeling the eyes of the figure upon you, a judge in the court of destiny. Their presence is formidable, yet you sense a flicker of vulnerability, a hint that they too are bound by the forces at play. With a resolute nod to Eric, you step forward, the choice crystallizing in your mind. The path you choose is one of courage and cunning, a dance of wits and will as you prepare to face the figure and the swirling chaos they command. The air crackles with magic as you raise your blade, ready to channel your conviction into the very fabric of the world. The figure's eyes narrow, a smile ghosting their lips as they sense your intent. In that electrified moment, as magic surges and time seems to still, the future of Valenridge and the fragile balance of worlds hang in the balance. With a final, knowing glance, the figure gestures towards the portal, signaling the moment of decision. The chapel holds its breath as you step into your destiny, prepared to close the breach and seal the fate of Valenridge with the strength of your resolve and the fire of your spirit.